Welcome back, folks. We always appreciate you tuning in to 3 at 3. As you know, 3 at 3 is when we present, the time that is, 3 p.m. Eastern, is when we present unusual option activity that we have cited throughout the day on our blog. In many cases, we have dozens, perhaps 25, 30 different instances of unusual option activity. We cull that down to the 3 that I'm about to present to you, and we would encourage you to sit back and enjoy. This disclaimer says that I'm presenting this for informational purposes only, and that you need to understand that all investments involve risk. Also, our intellectual property includes, but is not limited to, patents, trademarks, copyrights, etc. So please ask us before you use this in a commercial venue, but feel free to share it with friends all the time, as well as links to the YouTube channel and anything else that you'd care to. Let's start it off with MGM. And there is a question later in the broadcast that I'll get to about MGM, but for the purposes of this, MGM had unusual put activity, not puts that expire this week, which would be just 2 days hence, the 16th, but puts that expire the 23rd, 7 days later. So that's why you see the 23 July on that side of the board, the right side. These puts were at the money, the 40 strike puts, and they paid 75 cents. Now, does that mean that my reopening bets for these casino stocks is dead? I don't think so. I think Vegas is still going to continue to rage and just get better. But short term, somebody wanted some protection, 1.2 million share equivalent. I like to pay attention to that. Now, this could be somebody that just owns the stock and wants protection. It could be, on the other hand, somebody who thought that they needed protection now, quickly, with just these less than 2 weeks to go. So that's why we pay attention to it. So I have modified my trades based on this. Have I exited? No. But what I have done is I've definitely sold more front month calls into this, anticipating that if this protection that somebody was seeking turns out to be needed, I would be much happier being long the in the money calls that I have and nursing or basically taking out all that premium of these at the monies that I've sold. So one more time, they're buying July 40 puts. I am still in my calls, which are 3750s, I believe, in regular July this week expiration, but I have rolled down my calls against the calls that I am long. There's a graph, shows you MGM, been as high today as 41.30, as low as 39.95. And that it is trading on about average volume so far today. Second trade, let's talk about SMH, the semi-holders, SMH, bullish call buying. at the August 275 strike. Now that's interesting because it's at approximately the level of 260, because you see 259.18, you know that means we're right about 260. So these are $15, nearly $16 out of the money by August expiration. So that's fairly big jump. In other words, somebody's looking for about a 6.5%, 7% move, either quickly or over time. And I like being long the at the money calls about these 260s and selling upside calls against it and putting about the same amount of money that I'd put on the table if I were to reach out and buy those 275 calls. So these are out there a little more than a month into the future. I like that. I have a little bit more time, but time decay is nonetheless something we want to pay attention to. So August 275 calls, am I long those? No, I am short the out of the money calls and long the at the money calls. 1-to-1, as I like to set up most of my trades. Here's the VanEck Semiconductor ETF, SMH, trading 259.59 and been as high today as 263.86. So you guys are getting a pretty good look at that. That is, by the way, the 263.86, a new 52-week high. Somebody's betting we see more of those new 52-week highs. Volume already nearly a full session's worth of volume, 2.25 million shares versus 2.5 million average over the last 10 days. And third of our 3 at 3, MPC. You might wonder, where did all those ads go? Well, we were listening when you said, hey, John, we'd appreciate it if you didn't advertise quite as much of your product during the show. We don't mind doing that at all, folks. We know that if we're providing value to you, you're going to be coming to us at marketrebellion.com/get started. So this one is Marathon. Marathon Petroleum, MPC, bullish calls, stocks $56 on the nose, right there, $55.99. They're buying 13,500 of these calls. That is, my friends, about 1.35 million share equivalent. That's somebody who's pretty bullish on this particular stock. And given that these calls are approximately $6 out of the money, I'd like to be as bullish as that buyer, but I like moving the odds into my favor. So I will once again do a 1-to-1 bull call spread, setting myself up to take advantage of this move to the upside by owning the at the money calls and selling an out of the money call. At the money, first time viewer, that means at the level the stock is right now at this moment. Out of the money is anything above that in the case of calls. We'll address puts if and when we come to that, but we've already done a put trade today with MGM. There is Marathon. You see it at 55.75 right now, down about 3%, been as high as 57.84. Look at that range, 55.33. We're talking about a solid $2.50 range. It's nearly a 5.5% range on the day so far today, folks. So Marathon Petroleum, you see the move from last November when it was 28 to today, double that. If you'd like to learn more, here comes that ad about Market Rebellion. You can go to marketrebellion.com/UOA. That's where you'll see exactly what I've been describing here. Unusual option activity. You can subscribe. We would encourage you to do that, as thousands of folks do on a daily basis. And then when we mention it on Halftime Report or here on the 3 at 3 broadcast, you may already be in that trade, because these are trades that we have talked about previously to our subscribers. So if you'd like to be part of that group, sign up now, marketrebellion.com/UOA. Questions? I think you guys know my Twitter handle. It is at Jon Najarian, JONNAJARIAN. Let's see, Chayu Meister, my best take on that anyway. which would be CHIUMEISTER. Woke up today on a 60 seconds and LinkedIn alert from Jon Najarian saying Apple asked suppliers to build as many as 90 million next generation iPhones this year, way more than the 75 million you had last year. You are correct, sir. And we have already reaped some of the rewards of that. Apple hit a new 52-week high, a new all-time high. That all-time high today was 149.56. We're a whole 5 cents off of that high right now. And the other part that Chayumeister said here is 148.65 is John's number one holding. You bet. Thank you. And it also topped 2.5 trillion when it topped 149.45, and it is still over 149.45 right now. Bang. Thank you. Steve, whose handle is at ESTEBAN_ROLO, Esteban_Rolo. All right. Halftime report. Can the committee discuss gambling stocks? Las Vegas Sands, Penn, MGM, Pete Najarian, Jon Najarian. Yes, we can. Yes, I did. Click. No. Yes, I still love them. And I think Penn's going to do great. MGM, Las Vegas Sands. Las Vegas Sands and MGM are also tied over to Macau. Penn is not. But I do like this as a reopening trade. I already mentioned, Steve, that I think the MGM issue is going to be addressed in the short term. But nonetheless, I was being prudent, I think, rolling down my out of the money calls to at the money calls against my in the money calls for MGM. So I did that and described it for you. Thank you for the question, Steve. There's me looking like a Bond villain, I guess. There's Wendy, Wednesdays with Wendy, and her handle is Wednesdays Wendy. Hey, Doc, I see your cat likes being on CNBC and CNBC WEX, Worldwide Exchange. Maybe next time have the Domino ask the cat about Chewy. That'd be a good one. I like that, Wendy. Domino did ask, that's Dom Chew, did ask and say, gee, I wish I could have asked John about $cat, like Caterpillar. And I did see that cat Wednesday with Wendy. I did see that cat. It jumped up on the table, and on its way up to the table, it knocked my light, which is why I look like that, because I'm only being lit from one side of my face. And then the dang cat climbed up on top of the chair behind me. That cat may have a very short expiration, if you know what I mean. But I'm only kidding. I'm not going to hurt the cat. Don't worry. Don't send in letters to the ASPCA. I have 2 cats, or we, my family, we have 2 cats and 3 dogs. All 3 of the dogs are rescue. Both of the cats are rescue as well. We love animals, folks. So please don't send in a bunch of hate about John's going to kill the cat. He says it has a short expiration. Well, you know what they say about curiosity in cats. And that's going to do it for today, my friends. If you'd like to join the rebellion, which we would encourage you to do, well, go to marketrebellion.com/get started. There you can learn about becoming a better trader of stocks, learning about options, learning about futures, learning about crypto. And we have coaches and mentors to help you out as well. We've got free webinars. Go to marketrebellion.com/get started. Yes, it's a commercial endeavor. And yes, we have been doing this for a long time. I have been trading for 30, let me see now. I started in 81, so this will be 40 years. I was going to say 39 years. I have been trading. It'll be 40 years in September. So I think we know a thing or two about how these different asset classes work. Stocks, options, futures, crypto. Been trading and been active in crypto since 2016, folks. And we've got a team of crypto folks. So if that's your bag, we've got people to help you out. If trading stocks, options, and futures is your bag, or if you'd like it to be, we've got people to help you out there. All right. I'll see you on the halftime report tomorrow and Friday. And I hope you tell a friend about the show. I hope you join us next time right back here on 3 at 3. See you then.